Hello, it is Pastor Ken from Northminster Presbyterian Church. So glad you are viewing this video, and thank you for viewing all our devotional videos, whether it's Andy or myself. We love making them, and I'm glad that you can tune in. We hope that they are beneficial to you. They're beneficial for us, I think, as we think about Scripture and our own spiritual lives, and maybe sharing some things that we've learned and sharing some things that we have in common as we try to live out our lives as Christians in our world. Last Thursday, I think it was last Thursday, I shared a little bit about my trip to Malawi in general, and what a great experience it was, and how thankful I am to all of you who support these trips. One of the things I have to do differently when I get ready to go to Malawi is I have to get a prescription for a drug called doxycycline. It's a fairly common drug. Actually, I think you use it to prevent valley fever in dogs, or if your dog has valley fever or another pet, it helps get rid of valley fever. I'm not exactly sure what that says about me, but anyway, I take this doxycycline, and it assists my body in fighting off malaria. One of the reasons I go, the time of year that I go to Malawi, is because it's during the dry season, and that is when there are not as many mosquitoes. Malaria is very, very prevalent in Malawi. I think next to the absence of not being able to get clean water, it is the major killer, especially of young children throughout Malawi. And in the rainy season, it is terrible. It's almost like a plague out of Exodus. And so I go during the dry season, and they're not as many, but it just takes a couple bites and a couple stings, and you can get malaria. I thank God that I haven't yet. But many of the people that I talk to in Malawi, they have experienced it more than once, and it is not something you want to experience. Anyway, kind of a funny story. Wherever I went, it seemed like there might be 1 or 2 or 3 mosquitoes around, and just shoo them away, and they're fine. But then all of a sudden, in one of the churches I was preaching at, in the pulpit, which one of the churches had a pulpit that looked quite similar to Northminster, there's like 10 or 15 mosquitoes, and people could kind of see that I was swatting them away and trying to kill them, and they were starting to laugh. And finally the pastor said, "We have a rash of mosquitoes in the pulpit." Everybody laughed, and I'm trying to hit them with my Bible or with my notes. Finally I get up and I just move to another seat because I am not wanting to get bit. I guess my point is that there are always dangers around us wherever we are. Thank God for things like doxycycline that help us prevent getting a disease like malaria. But there's also spiritual diseases that can enter into our lives if we're not careful. And so as we start this fall season in the church, I would encourage you, what are those spiritual disciplines? What are those spiritual antibiotics or medications that can warn us or cure us even from those spiritual diseases that might be out there? And things like prayer, reading the Bible, worship, meditation, and just putting into practice living a godly life, I think helps us when we do battle with those kinds of issues that can come into our lives. And so I hope that that can be a part of your life, and I hope that that will be helpful for you. Again, it was a wonderful experience, and I hope in the next few devotions to share a little bit more. By the way, I'm still taking that doxycycline. I think I've got like a couple weeks left. I want to quit because I don't like taking them. They make me very sensitive to the sun, but I'm not going to quit because I know if I do quit, what I might get, and I do not want to get that. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and a great week as always. Be safe and be well.